Start by taking a large bowl like this. Measure 600 grams of margarine or butter. Choose between margarine and butter, depending if you're making a vegan or non-vegan recipe. Add 400 to 450 grams of powdered sugar to it. Now mix everything together briefly. It's essential that the margarine and butter are at room temperature. Measure 400 milliliters of orange juice or milk. Pour a little at a time and mix after each addition. Next, measure 1.5 kilograms of ground biscuits. Gradually add the biscuits in small portions. First, mix them in, then knead everything by hand. I'll add 100 grams more because the biscuits are a bit moist. Once everything is mixed well, divide the mixture into the number of portions you need for the treats. I'll divide mine into 7 equal parts. After dividing, melt 100 grams of white chocolate. Measure 100 grams of ground walnuts or hazelnuts as an alternative. If you prefer, substitute nuts with ground biscuits. Also, chop 150 grams of jelly candies. Now add the white chocolate, walnuts, and then the jelly candies. Mix everything together now. When well mixed, press the entire mass into a triangular mold. If you don't have a triangular mold, use plastic wrap instead. Shape the mixture into a log if you prefer. Place it in the fridge like this and use the rest for another log. Here's an example for those without a triangular mold. For the second treat, take another portion and add rum extract. Adjust the amount to your liking. Also, add 50 to 100 grams of melted dark chocolate. Add 50 grams of ground biscuits as well. Mix everything to check the consistency. If needed, add more juice or biscuits for adjustment. To get a compact mixture, I had to add the remaining 50 grams of biscuits. For this second treat, I made a small batch with 100 grams of ground almonds, 20 grams of margarine and 50 grams of melted white chocolate. I placed baking paper and sprinkled some ground biscuits over it. This helps prevent the roll from sticking to the paper. Now spread it out using your hands. Place the filling in the center by spreading it evenly by hand. When rolling, press gently to seal the edges properly. Pinch any open edges with your fingers to close them. Finally, shape it into a nice log, wrap it in paper and refrigerate. For the third treat, use the third portion and add 100 grams of roasted ground hazelnuts, nothing else. I find it easier to mix by hand. And that's it, it's ready. I divided the mixture into 2 parts and I'll shape each into a sausage. Try to make them both roughly the same size. Now press them slightly from the top. Take a small spatula or spoon or even a larger one. Next, use the spoon handle to make a small groove along the top. Fill the groove with melted white chocolate until it is even. Repeat the same process with the other piece of dough. Afterward, drizzle both with a bit of melted dark chocolate on top. Place the pieces in the fridge to set until firm. For the fourth mixture, melt 50 grams of dark chocolate. What else should we add to this mixture here? My brain just stopped. We need to stir everything together well. Oh, now I remember. Add 1 tablespoon of cocoa, 50 grams of crushed biscuits, and 50 milliliters of orange juice or milk. The mixture's texture should look somewhat like this. It should be slightly firm and hold together well. Add a small amount of crushed biscuits and mix again thoroughly. That should do it. 125 grams of butter or margarine, I shouldn't repeat myself, combined with 125 grams of powdered sugar. Go slowly, no need to rush. I added 50 milliliters of orange juice to the mix here. Then we add 100 grams of shredded coconut and continue mixing. Afterward, check the texture. It shouldn't crumble or break apart. It looks perfectly fine now, ready to be shaped. If it feels too wet, add a small amount of biscuits or more coconut. Likewise, adjust as needed. And it's done. On parchment paper, sprinkle a bit of crushed biscuits evenly. Sprinkle some biscuits over the mixture, then spread it out with your hands. Flatten it into a rectangle, adjusting as needed. Sprinkling prevents sticking to your hands. Place parchment paper on top and roll it out evenly. Will I ever get this even? Perhaps by next spring. Sometimes it works immediately, other times it takes ages to level. Close enough, I think. Repeat the same process with the white layer. Sprinkle coconut under the white layer before shaping it. Use parchment paper over it and flatten it again using a rolling pin. I got carried away as if I weren't filming but working alone. So I keep muttering nonsense. Honestly, I enjoy talking to my desserts. I tell them all sorts of things. Sometimes I even sing, but only when no one listens. I am at odds with music, yet my husband is musical. Imagine what that means. It's a living nightmare. Pure chaos. Place the white layer gently on the previous one. Professional level work. This fell off here also. But nothing actually broke off. We'll just smooth it all out with our hands. Now we wrap it. The important part is to wrap it tightly at the start, leaving no gaps. Wrap everything in paper like this, then put it in the fridge. Let's move on to the fifth type. Take one orange and wash it in a baking soda solution. Then, grate the orange peel. Cut the same orange in half, then squeeze out the juice. Pour the juice back into the bowl. Add 50 grams of ground walnuts. Then mix everything together. Oh, everything smells so good. Now add 50 grams of ground biscuits to the mix. Add another 50 grams and keep mixing everything. If it becomes too sticky, just add a bit more. Though it shouldn't be necessary. Now we'll add 40 grams of puffed rice to this mixture. Once smoothed out, pour melted white chocolate over everything. For 100 grams of white chocolate, add 2 tablespoons of oil. You can also grate some orange zest on top for decoration. Place the dessert in the fridge to cool. Let's start making the sixth type. Add 100 grams of roasted ground hazelnuts to the bowl. Add 100 grams of ground hazelnut wafers to the mixture. Now add 100 grams of dark chocolate. These will be delicious. Ferrero style. Add around 20 to 30 grams of ground biscuits to the entire mixture. Be careful not to make the mixture too firm, as it will harden further in the fridge due to the chocolate. Now we just need to shape the balls. I'll never learn to make these balls properly. Look! This one came out looking like a spinning top. I'm so clumsy at this. Making these balls really hurts my back. Here's the last one. After shaping the last one, place them in the fridge to chill. We'll coat them with chocolate later. I've got 1 full teaspoon of Nescafe. Pour 2 to 3 tablespoons of hot water over it to dissolve the coffee. The 7th mixture is already in this bowl. Now I'll pour in the coffee. Add 50 grams of melted dark chocolate to it. Mix everything well together. After mixing, the mixture will be smooth and nicely combined. Now add 50 grams of ground biscuits to it. Keep mixing everything well. The mixture is still sticky. I thought 50 grams would be enough, but it's not. So I added another 50 grams. After finishing the last one, place them in the fridge. Once the coffee-flavored bites are cool, melt dark chocolate with oil. Dip the bites in the melted dark chocolate. Melt 100 grams of dark chocolate with 2 to 3 tablespoons of oil.